film, action-filled, obviously. Want to get right into your characters. You play almost like Moses in the Bible and biblical history, a hero who sort of starts off in poverty and then, sort of leads his people, and he's kind of the chosen one. Do you want to talk to me about Theseus?
Yeah, Theseus, I mean, he started off in quite the opposite vein of Moses. Moses was very much a positive and good man. Theseus is quite negative and someone who, albeit he's ostracized by society and society looks down on him, he in turn doesn't embrace society. He bares his teeth at society and turns his back on them, and only wants to protect his mother and this old man who's trained him in the martial arts. What makes Theseus incredible is that against all odds, he turns his back on his own opinions, which have been ingrained over his entire life, and becomes this savior of humanity and this hero of the gods, even though society doesn't want him to be.
Right.
He sacrifices himself when society doesn't care for him.
You play Zeus. And Zeus is interesting because while he, on one end, doesn't want any of the gods to interact with the humans or to impede or, I guess, interfere with humanity, at the same time he encourages it. And so there's sort of a double...
Yeah, it's sort of a tug of war that he's going... Because he obviously doesn't want to see mankind be annihilated by this wicked, dark force, which is King Empyrean, who wants to unleash the Titans, So there is a moral torment that Zeus is dealing with. And he tries to do it in the most sort of subtle way possible, and the way he does it is he targets this young man who he sees on Earth as a potential leader. He sees things in Theseus that he doesn't see in the average human, and so he chooses to mentor Theseus, and he hopes that Theseus can then lead his people. And unfortunately, the law that I set in Mount Olympus for the gods to not interfere with the affairs of mankind, they can't bear it when they see that Theseus and his team are just failing because of the darkness of King Empyrean and his army. And so, he has to reassess and rethink his strategy, and he's forced to get involved. But he knows that that's not the right way. There are rules, there's Earth and there's Mount Olympus, and there are rules that have to be stuck by. Otherwise, things don't work to plan. And only the wisdom of Zeus he was the only one who understood that. But